All right, guys, we are back, and today we are going to be going into the extreme section of the Shadow-King trial in the XAVIER saga. I have multiple different viewers that have been asking me to try out a couple different options in here to give them an idea if it's going to work for them. So we're going to be trying out a couple different team compositions in here to see if they work out. We did get the payout from the mutant gear today, so I was able to bring up a couple more tunes. So we're going to be getting in here and trying out some of that stuff in here against the Shadow-King boss battle. And specifically, I have a request to use the 3 new Liberty members, Emma and Jean Grey. So we're going to try this out. Now, I am going to back these guys out so you guys can see what power they are and how big they are. So you can get an indication based on your squad, kind of how it's going to work for you. So Emma is 3 diamonds. Of course, all these characters are Gear 20, level 105. Jean Grey is also 3 diamonds. You got Peggy Carter at 3 diamonds. Patriot is also at 3 diamonds. And Falcon Joaquin is at 1 diamond. So we're going to be trying this out. And we're going to try a couple other team compositions as well. And before we leave, I'm also going to show you a battle with Logan in there. So you guys can see exactly why Logan absolutely does not work. So we're going to try that out too. And we'll probably try some compositions with Phoenix in there. And maybe even throw one in there with Hank Pym as well for the heck of it. All right. So let's get this in here. And Patriot. All right. So we're going to put Emma and Jean Grey on the outside. Here's going to be the tricky part. I'm thinking when it comes to this. We're not going to really have the capability to do any healing when it comes to Jean Grey and Emma. So I'm not certain how this is going to work out if they get focused on. So we're going to jump in here and see how it goes. And I'm not really sure how it's going to work running this without Cap Sam, because he really gives the team a bunch of speed up that you're not getting without him on the field. Now, just a refresher, if you guys haven't seen this boss battle yet, as soon as it starts, Shadow-King is going to clone your entire team. They're going to hit the field with 100% speed bar, and they're going to attack you first. Then you're going to get your opportunity to go, which is where not having Cap Sam in here is a little bit concerning, because you don't really want to give them access to another turn. So we're going to see how it goes. And hopefully they're not going to hone in on Jean or Emma. All right. Okay, having Joaquin stunned is not fantastic. All right. They're spread out really wide, which is also not great. Okay, with Peggy, we're going to get a stun right out of the gate. I think we definitely want to stun Peggy to keep her from pinging us. Okay. Now, on Jean, we're going to go ahead and attack everyone. Now, one other thing to note is with Liberty, their war buffs are active. So that's also something when you're using Emma or you're using Jean Grey, you're not getting access to that composition that you have with them and their war buffs active. All right. All right, let's go after Patriot. Get an ability block on him. Yeah, there you go. That did not work. That could be bad RNG, but let's jump in here and try it again. It was definitely bad RNG with the way that they cloned on the other side. You really want them to clone where they're all bunched up so that on adjacent attacks, you're hitting almost all of them. But let's jump in here and try it again. All right. Let's see if we can get away from that bad RNG of Joaquin getting stunned right out of the gate. Ultimately, we would prefer for Emma to get stunned. All right. That worked out great. Emma did not get stunned, which is perfect. All right, now we've got 3 of them bunched up together here, which is good. Again, we're going to go ahead and stun, or we're going to go in here with his special. All right, let's see, attack all enemies. Let's get in here with Patriot. All right. Let's go after Peggy. All right, we have her ability blocked. We want to stun Joaquin. Okay. Let's see. Defense down, heal block. We already have defense down everywhere. We've got ability block on Peggy. Let's go after Patriot. All right. Not fantastic. All right. We're going to heal. Of course, Peggy's not going to heal because she has heal block. We are going to generate ability energy, which is good. All right. Let's go right here. Go after Patriot. All right, we lost her again. I'll tell you what, you're really, really suffering from not having Falcon in there. So we're going to switch this up. I know I've got a viewer that's really, really hoping that that team composition works. I really think that you're going to struggle without having Cap Sam in here. So we're going to swap out Patriot for Cap Sam and see if that resolves our situation here. And Cap Sam is also 3 diamond. All right. Let's try this out. I don't necessarily think that Jean Grey is causing an issue. I think what we're going to find is not having Cap Sam in here is causing the issue. Because he gives a lot of speed up to your team. And we're really missing out on that. So let's try this. Okay, Emma's stunned, which is perfectly fine. Okay. So let's go over here. Get safeguard up. Okay. Now we're going to go ahead and use his ultimate. He's going to attack all the enemies for 450% damage, but he's going to fill our speed bar. So let's roll with that. Okay. Who do we want to stun? I think we want to stun Peggy. But I didn't pay attention to the fact that she had immunity, so that was certainly not good. Okay. We don't really need heal block, but we do need... let's do that. Let's do his basic over here on Peggy and get some speed up on the team. Okay. This should... give him taunt. Get some ability energy going. Alright. She's not going to be able to get slow, so let's go over here. Who else has taunt? Alright, let's go ahead and put that on Jean Grey. Alright, let's go ahead and use her ultimate. Luckily, he did not. Yeah. This is going to be a concern because we're not able to get any healing out there. So, I'm going to get a little creative here. When it comes to Emma and Jean Grey, if you're really needing to bring them into this battle, I think that you're going to really struggle unless we're going to try fortifier on both of them. Because you really are going to have to try to keep them alive. All right. So let's get a little creative here. All right, let's try that. Let's go ahead and grab Jean. She won't be hard to find. She's pretty close to the top. All right, there she is. Okay, let's try the same thing on her. We'll see if we can get them to stay alive. I feel like getting creative today. All right. Now that we've done something I never dreamed I'd do, which is put fortifier on Emma and Jean Grey, let's jump back in here and try it again. All right. Okay, so let's try it with this. And then we'll jump back in and try it with the new 3 Liberty as well. All right. Leave Peggy alone. All right. Well, that was terrible RNG. They really had something against Peggy. All right. So let's go ahead and let's go here with this basic. Get some speed up out there. right. Let's go ahead and go over here with her special. Attack everybody. Okay. We really don't need heal right now except for on Peggy, and she can't heal, so generate 2 ability energy. Reduce speed bar by 50%, and we don't need that yet. So let's go ahead and go after Peggy with the ultimate. All right. All right. Terrible RNG. Let's try that again. Let's see if we can get into one of these battles where they don't go after one of our tunes with every single attack. All right. Okay, here we go. Okay, they hate Peggy again. Okay. She's got immunity. Oh, I can't see, but I think she does too. So let's go ahead and stun Cap Sam. All right. There we go. Very nice. Let's go ahead and use her ultimate. Okay. Let's return the favor. Man, it never feels good when somebody drops rocks on your head, you know? All right. Okay, let's get rid of Peggy as soon as possible. Yep, let's go ahead and stun her because nobody else is stunnable. Okay. So now let's go after Joaquin. Start wearing him down. All right. Oh my goodness. It is really, really difficult to keep those two alive. Really difficult. My assumption, if you're needing to use Jean Grey and Emma, is you're going to have to really, really, really get the RNG to go in your favor. So, for me personally, I would not recommend that. I absolutely wouldn't. I think that if you're in a position where your Gear 20 is going to give you no other choices but to use Jean Grey and Emma together, be prepared to go into this match, 20, 30 times to get the RNG correct to where they don't hone in on Emma or Jean Grey. Because your capability to heal them isn't there. You're not going to be able to get the heal from Joaquin, so you just have to hope that through the whole battle that they don't hone in on one of those two tunes, because if they do, there's nothing you can do to stop it from happening. So, with that being said, we're going to go ahead and try it with Patriot in here one time with them as fortifiers. And let's see how that goes. I can't imagine that it's going to go any better, but who knows? Let's give it a shot, because I know that I've got a couple viewers that this is the team composition that they're really, really wanting to bring in here. So I'm hoping that we can get this to work, because I know how scarce Gear 20 is. And if this is something that you guys that are needing to use this composition can get to work, that would be fantastic. Okay. Well, at least they didn't decide to go crazy on Peggy this time. All right. It started out a lot better than the last two times, for sure. Okay, let's go ahead and get in here with Patriot. Okay, let's get in here with Jean Grey. Go over here and start going after Peggy a little bit. And let's go ahead and stun Peggy. All right, that wasn't terrible. Let's see. Gonna get some slow out there. Oh, let's go ahead and get in here with her. All right. Let's get some healing out there. Apply offense up. Yes, we'll absolutely take that. All right. Does anybody have any death proofs that we can get access to? No? Let's go after Emma. All right. See if we can get rid of her. Come on. You can do it. I got faith in you. All right. There goes Emma. Great. Okay. He has immunity, so we're not going to be able to stun him, and there's nobody else to go to, so we're going to go ahead and use her basic. Okay, we got rid of immunity there. Let's go ahead and use his special. Very good. Ha! Look at this. It may end up working. Oh man, this really makes me happy, because I know I've got a couple viewers that are praying that this team composition works. we're not there yet. We're still going to have to make it through Shadow King's ultimate, but it's definitely looking better than it has the last couple times. So let's go ahead and get the stun on him. All right. Perfect. Got the stun on Shadow King. I think this is a wrap, guys. Okay. So that ended up working. That is awesome. Now, let's go in here one more time. I want to try this again. See if this is going to be highly RNG dependent or if this is going to be fairly consistent. All right. Let's try that team composition. We did try it with Cap Sam and had absolutely no luck whatsoever. So let's try this one more time and see if this if we can get this to work twice in a row. If we can, I'm going to have a couple very happy people, I think. All right, let's try this again. Perfect. We did not get a stun there. That's awesome. Just don't ability block Joaquin. All right. Yeah, I don't know how well this is going to go because Joaquin has heal block and they just went crazy on him, but we'll see how it goes. I do not like how they're spread out, but all right, let's get in here and see if we can make this work. Okay. Let's go ahead and get ability block on Peggy. All right. Flip all negative effects to positive effects, so perfect. This should clear him up. Great. All right, get some health out there, get some death proofs on him. All right, let's go back after Peggy. We've got ability block on Peggy, so we are going to stun Patriot. Okay. Stay with us, Joaquin. Okay. He does have some death proof, so we should be okay there. All right, let's get some slow out there. Perfect. She's ability blocked. All right. So we have free reign. Let's go ahead and go after Peggy. I would really like to get rid of her. Okay. Get some bleeds out there. Okay, we've got ability block on Joaquin. She's down. Let's go ahead and get rid of Patriot. All right. All right, let's go ahead and get rid of Peggy and heal up. Very good. Okay, let's get rid of Jean. Guys, I think this combo is it for sure. Took that like a champ. Yeah. All right, so I think we have got a winner here. Okay, let's go ahead and get rid of Emma. And now let's go after Shadow King and get this thing over with. Whoa, how weird. I have not seen this happen yet. What the world just happened? I have not come across where he brought him back in again. Let's check something out. On spawn. Huh. I don't know if that was a glitch or what. I have not seen that happen. So I guess we're going to go ahead and take them out again. I'd say if we can beat a second spawning of them, then this team definitely works. Okay, well, we can't. That was strange. What? I don't know. Maybe if Shadow King's at full life, he can bring everybody back. I don't know. I have not seen that happen. But you've seen it here. So, clearly, that team's going to work. That must have been some kind of glitch or something. I have played this boss battle about 40 to 50 times, and I've not seen that happen. So, I don't know if that was a glitch or if that's something weird going on. But, end of the day, this team works, guys. So, the only way I was able to get it to work was putting fortifier on Emma and Jean. You've got to be able to keep them alive. They've got to be able to handle all the attacks throughout the battle. We tried this without them as fortifiers, and they just kept getting wrecked. So it looks like this team composition right here will work for you. You may have to go in a couple times to get the RNG right, but you're definitely going to be able to get through it with this team comp for sure. Now, I don't want to make this video super, super long, so the last thing we're going to do is we're going to go in here with Logan, so you can see why Logan does not work. All right, let's try this. Yeah, it's actually kind of crazy that they started out with a recommendation for Logan in here because he wrecks you. Absolutely wrecks you for sure. So let's try it out. For those of you guys who have not seen this, you're getting ready to get firsthand knowledge of why you do not bring Logan in here. All right, there's one down. Yeah. Every single time I've done this, he has killed at least one of my toons before it's our turn. Yeah, he absolutely just wrecks you. So that's why you absolutely do not want to try to bring Logan in here because you will have the most frustrating time of your life. So there we go. All right, guys. Well, I hope that was helpful. I know there's a couple of you guys out there that are going to be really excited about how that turned out. Again, I appreciate you guys taking time, watching all these failures and hanging out with me while we troubleshoot to try to figure out a way to get through this with the 3 new Liberty and Emma and Jean Grey. But looks like that team composition is going to work. Again, you may need to go in a couple different times to get the RNG just right, but you're definitely going to be able to get through there. So that's really good news. And as always, I really appreciate you guys spending time with me. If you enjoyed the video, if you got some value out of it, guys, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, share it with your friends. And I also I'm going to be releasing another video today on the heroic section, using Omega in there to kind of give you guys an idea of whether Omega Red is going to be someone that you can swap in if needed. So be looking for that video as well. And like always, stay positive and enjoy the game, guys. I appreciate you. Have a great day.